Hello, I'm Travis Tramps, and if you've been following my journey at all, you know that I came home to assist my wife who had a terrible injury, and she's healing up in about 2 or 3 weeks. I hope to be return back to trail. Before I do that, I just want to talk about cooking a little bit. Thought that might be a good video to do. See, when I started out at Lordsburg on the Continental Divide Trail, I cold soaked. That's taking a jar like this that's waterproof and putting your food in there, water, shaking it up, letting it soak, and then you eat it at night cold, which normally you would heat or cook. You just eat it cold, and I did that, plus with other things like turkey and meat and cheese and crackers and cookies and stuff. And I wanted to have a lightest pack as possible. When I went to Silver City, I was going to start using a stove and heat up my food. So we're going to talk about different types of stoves. When it comes to doing a thru hike, if you're new to this, you're going to have people telling you stuff like that's not right, or you can't do that, or you shouldn't do that, well, that's not the correct way, and nobody does that, and that's not the right product or the right item. And what I would do, and it's just forget that. The main thing is not the name of the product, the name of the brand name or something, is how light it is. Because I'm telling you, weight, everything adds up in your pack. And as you hike along on that trail, your pack's going to be heavy, and you're going to start evaluating everything inside that pack. You'll go through it one by one, and you'll go, oh man, I have too many clothes. I can send that back. I can send that coat back and that sweatshirt back. Yeah, that saved me a pound. And I could do this and that. And you'll evaluate everything. And then you'll see other people with really goes to cooking. And you can do that for all your equipment and stuff you're carrying. And you'll see people with really, really small and lightweight cooking kits. And you'll go through that also. And you'll think, yeah, I'll get one of those. And that's a fine way to do it. But the best way to do this is at home before you go hiking, because you'll spend a lot more money if you try to do it from the trail. Trust me. You'll spend maybe sometimes 4 times the amount that you would at home if you did this before you went hiking. The way to do this is pack up your pack and take a day hike, overnight hike somewhere, even through town and to the city park where they have camping spots. Camp, put all out, cook your food, everything, hike back home the 2-3 miles. Even that will give you an idea of what you're looking at and if this is going to work and whether you're going to like it or not. And I'm telling you, because you will go through every ounce, you'll think about it and wonder about it, and then you'll decide, okay, I'm not, yeah, and you'll be spending money. So let me talk to you about a few things I've done, because there's everything from alcohol stoves, which the handmade, I can make one myself. It'd be a lot lighter. This thing weighs probably 6 ounces. You could make an alcohol stove that will weigh 1 ounce, and you can put it under a pot like this. This is a windbreaker. This is a windbreaker made for this kind of size pot. The lid fell down, and you put that alcohol stove under there, and it's perfect, and it works great, and it's very, very efficient and lightweight. That's it, lightweight. However, the problem is on this. Problem with that is not every trail can use that. For instance, on the Continental Divide Trail, there's a lot of fire restrictions, and some states have a restriction where you have to have a stove that has an on or off switch. Otherwise, you can get a ticket. And these tickets, these are problems you get with forest rangers and park rangers, are not something, you don't want to mess with that. You don't want to pay $500 for a stove. You could have bought the correct stove for $15-16. Instead, you bought this alcohol stove, and then you found out it wouldn't work where you brought it anyway, and you could get arrested. I mean, it's just, you don't want to do that. Sell the stuff at home. So this kind of stove might be good, but check out, if you're hiking the Continental Divide Trail, that's not going to work. You're going to need a stove, something like this, that is has a turn-off valve, and you can turn it off and on, and they'll accept that. They're in the park. This is a Pocket Rocket 2, and I wish I had not bought this. So I have the original Pocket Rocket, and it works just as good. And nothing wrong with it. This thing's a little bit lighter. These kind of stoves, butane stoves, go on an isobutane canister, and you put your pot on top, and you heat your water, and that's how you do your cooking and stuff. You don't have to have this pocket rocket. This thing weighs about, I think, 6 ounces. Well, since I came home, I had this with me. I was going to take it with me back out there. Since I came home, I was looking over my stuff again. I realized I still wanted to save some weight. So I went and I bought what's known as a BRS stove. I resisted these because they seem to me really lightweight and really, wouldn't last long. But I know people have used them for a couple of years now. And this thing weighs less than 0.1 ounces. And it goes on your thing here, your butane canister, and you heat your water. And that's another thing you have to decide before you go backpacking. How are you going to do your food? Are you going to be a cook on the trail? Or what are you going to do? And I'm telling you, when you're through hiking, all you're concerned about is hiking and miles and going and going. You don't want to mess around at night when you get in. It's almost dark, cooking your dinner, cutting carrots and things. You're not going to be doing that. I'm telling you, you might start out that way, but right away you're going to ditch that because it's like weighing all that stuff at first. Everyone else is in bed sleeping. You're out there still trying to prepare your food. You could probably just lay your head down, forget dinner, and go to sleep. That's how you feel. So what you're going to do is prepare your food ahead of time, like a Lipton dinner or some kind of dinner. Put in a plastic sack. You'll pull out that plastic sack. You'll put your pot on. You'll heat 2 cups of water. You'll pour your water in the plastic sack. Then you'll put your plastic sack in the food in a cozy you've made like this. Put that down like that. You'll wait 15 minutes, and then you'll pull this out, and you'll eat perfectly cooked food. And that's a lot easier. Plus, you won't be having to clean your pot. You just cooked water in it. That's the way to do it for through hiking. And so that's why I'm just boiling water. This little stove, 0.8 ounces, will surely work as good as this $50, $60 pocket rocket. It weighs a lot more. And I like this pocket rocket too. I'll probably take camping sometime. But on this trip, going to this, save me weight. Everything comes down to weight on your back. Every ounce counts. Some people save weight by different kinds of spoons and forks they use. Usually everyone takes a spoon, and this one is, you can cut it down, put it in your pot. A little easier. This is a wooden one I had made by a craftsman up at Waterton one year, handmade, really neat. But the one I take most of the time is this titanium spoon because it might be aluminum, it's so lightweight. It reaches inside that pack to get the food out, the bag. And believe me, you don't want to when you've been hiking for a few weeks, your hands, no matter what you do, your hands are dirty and grimy and crummy. And you don't want to put your dirty, grimy, greasy, germy hand inside that food packet and getting it on your food. You want to reach inside with a clean spoon and get your food. I'm telling you, that's the way it's going to be. Another tool you might take with you is a can opener. Grab one of these little things you can get at Walmart. In case you're in a motel, you need to open a can. You're going to want a knife, some kind of knife. You don't need a big knife. This is a little short knife. Some kind of knife to cut cheese and sausage. And you'll want a bandana. Now it comes to pots. Pots to carry on your through hike. Continental Divide Trail. This is a much touted Bargo pot, titanium pot. You can cold soak with this. Put your food in there, water. This has a rubber seal here. You can screw that shut, put it in your pack in the afternoon, night when you get home, get your spot to camp, you can eat your food out if you're not cooking. That's the advantage of it. It has a screw-on lid. Most of these pots have measuring things. This is a titanium pot. Also, it's from Tokes. It is bigger. It'll take, see how many it is here, 900 milliliters, and so it's bigger than this Vargo pot. And there's going to come a time when you won't have a bag and you want your dinner. You're going to have to cook it in your pot. I'm telling you, one of those Lipton's dinners, especially if you add cheese and tuna or Spam to it, this isn't going to be big enough. That's why I don't use it. I use this. It's lighter. It's actually lighter than the Bargo pot. It doesn't weigh as much. And I can take this, I can put my gas in there, I can put my stove in there, I can put my lid on, it'll go down, it'll be flat, and you won't know. It's really a great way to carry everything because it's all in one little spot. And one little spot, there you go. Put that in the bag it comes with, and you're good to go. This is a thing to use on here. If you want to drink, use this like a cup. You put that on there, protects your lips. You can sip off it, drink. The hot heat won't penetrate that, and you're good to go. I recommend this kind of thing here, and a cozy you can make yourself. Some people, they'll still want to cook in their pots, so you can make a cozy out of this kind of stuff for your pot, for your Bargo pot, or you can make it for your big pot, aluminum pot, your where it's at, I'll mislate it, Bargo pot. This pot here, I didn't mention it. This is another example of like the alcohol stove. This is an Esbit stove. Esbit stoves, you put a solid piece of fuel there, light it, put this on there, and it's pretty good. It's pretty lightweight, pretty good. These kind of stoves though, and alcohol stoves, are good in rainy places like the Appalachian Trail. You can get away with using them there, but on the Continental Divide Trail, you're just going to cut it. The other thing I bring on my thing is this this cup here. This is actually a cup for drinking coffee. I like it. It's real convenient. It has real good measuring things on it. It's insulated. I can use it as a cold thing too by tapping this down. I can shake it. I want to put oatmeal on there, and that works really good. I do put up with that little bit of weight. This is a way to make coffee, and this is a way to make coffee. You take this coffee, dealie here. You don't have, this is a filter. This comes apart. It's called the Java Drip, made by CDT, I believe. You put this in there. You put your coffee grounds in there. Pour the water in there. It goes through, but it weighs too much for me. So I use this. This is really lightweight, and you just attach this on your cup like so. Put your coffee grounds in there. Put your water in there. Filters through real quick. Flip that out on the ground or your garbage sack if you want. Drink your coffee. You're good to go. A lot lighter, a lot better. That's when I'm not drinking instant, because the real secret for thru hikers is instant coffee. I know you big connoisseurs of coffee. You want to have your big drips and everything and all that. Well, that's weight. You got to decide at some point. You may decide to put that aside because it's adding too much weight to your pack. The secret then will be to either just bring your grounds and something like this, which is a pretty good alternative. I'll be doing that part of the hike. To start out with though, I'll be using this, and you could use any of these pots to drink out of, and instant coffee. And that's the lightest, easiest thing to do. Trust me, instant coffee, you've got it. It's there, it's ready to go. Travis Tramps, thanks for talking to me, letting me talk to you today about this stuff. Kind of fun. Here's another type of coffee cup you could bring, and then you can slam down like that, put in your pack. I ended up not doing it though. It's too heavy. Everything's weight. And this may not end up going. I may just use this, drink out of, eat my food out of, coffee out of, everything. And that's what I've done before. But I got hooked onto this because of the Java Drip and the sides measuring things and everything. It's real light, pretty lightweight. And it's made by GSI. I'm sorry. These are made by GSI, not CDT Summit. Same with this coffee rocket, GSI. GSI makes this. They make several other ways to make coffee on the trail too. And they're all kind of fun. It is kind of fun to, when you're making coffee, to put this on there and pour the coffee's inside, put your water in there, and sit back and let it go through there. It's kind of therapeutic in a way to sit there and let that go through and then drink that coffee. That's some of the best coffee you ever had in your life. Even you'll get to a point where you think instant coffee is the best coffee I ever had in my whole life on the trail out there, because you're living in the moment. You're there looking over a mountain scene or a lake. You're on top of a ridge, and someone has a campfire near you. The smoke's going by. You can smell the wood smoke. It's quiet. blue sky, white clouds up there. You're looking at this incredible scene, and you're there, and you're drinking, man alive, you're drinking a cup of coffee. And that instant coffee right then, that's the best coffee you ever had. So whatever kind of coffee it is. Well, thanks for coming with me. I hope you'll join me when we get out there on the trail. This great trail America offers, this great Continental Divide Trail. Thank you.